Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Trouble Plays YouTube channel. Today is Saturday, January 11th, and I'm back for Super Wildcard Weekend in the NFL. Going to be looking at one play today. Pittsburgh going on the road to face off against Baltimore. AFC North showdown. That is the update for Ohio State. And Texas just finishing up 28-14 win for Ohio State. Jack Sawyer, strip sack, touchdown for the win for Ohio State. So if you're an Ohio State fan, congratulations on the win, and you'll probably smack Notre Dame in the finals as well. But before we get into the Baltimore game, quick recap from last week. None of the player props hit. Had Mike Evans first half receiving, had Kyler Murray anytime touchdown. Both of those could very easily have hit. Kyler Murray did not run the ball, though, had like 4 passing touchdowns in the game. Cardinals against the spread did win, so we had like a 2-3 day last Sunday, and I was a little upset with Mike Evans because the book, FanDuel, DraftKings, everybody had an alternate spread of 90-plus receiving yards. They knew exactly what they were doing whenever they did that. Sucks. But they set the lines. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I saw a lot of people mad about that, but it is what it is. We're going to try to move on to Wild Card Weekend. Saw they're getting rid of the Super, but I kind of like the Super, so we're just going to call it Super Wild Card Weekend. Pittsburgh going up against the Baltimore Ravens. I will be taking Pittsburgh plus 9.5. Now, I know a lot of people are a little bit worried about this Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and I am too. Russell Wilson has looked really bad over the last several games. George Pickens has been non-effective. He's been injured for a lot of the games, but even when he's in the games, Russell Wilson has not been able to get him the ball on the outside, and Russell Wilson altogether has not looked like a good quarterback. But multiple reports are out that they're going to be trying to mix it up this week. Maybe we see a little bit more Justin Fields in this game. Maybe we see Pittsburgh Steelers try to run the ball a little bit more. That would be fantastic. Also, Pittsburgh going up against the Ravens. This is a rivalry matchup. Same division. They've been going head-to-head for multiple years now. And whenever you're betting on this game between these two teams, typically if you just take the dog, you usually win your money. And Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches in NFL history against the spread, going up against a team whenever he's an underdog. Baltimore this season has been spectacular, but Baltimore in the playoffs, not good track record going up against Pittsburgh, losing 3 of their 4 games. Also, Mike Tomlin, 62% against the spread since 2007 as an underdog, and whenever he goes up against the Ravens, that moves to a 72% rating. He is 13-3-2 against the spread as an underdog going up against Baltimore, and he has a winning record straight up going up against Baltimore as an underdog. Not saying Pittsburgh's going to win this game, but with Zay Flowers being out, Baltimore maybe limited on the offensive side. I think Pittsburgh mucks this game up just enough to cover the spread. Might need a late touchdown, but this is the playoffs. There will be nobody just taking a knee and letting it ride out. I think Pittsburgh, if they're down, especially double-digit points in the fourth quarter, they are going to be trying to score points. So I'll put the plus 9.5. I think that's way too many points in a rivalry game, even though the Ravens are much better than Pittsburgh this season. Let's go over to the player props for tomorrow. Short, sweet, and to the point for Derrick Henry. Over 98.5 rushing yards. They have played Pittsburgh twice this season. Pittsburgh took a win. Ravens took a win. Derrick Henry had 1 good game rushing. Derrick Henry had 1 bad game rushing. But the one game that he was good was against the Steelers at home for the Baltimore Ravens. Had 24 carries, 162 yards in that game. That was 3 games ago, back on December 21st. The game at Steelers, he had 13 carries, 65 yards. But the thing about Derrick Henry is they're going to give him the ball 20-plus times in this game. The Baltimore Ravens finally have the missing piece for the playoffs. Usually in the playoffs, either things don't go well for Lamar Jackson in the throwing game, or they just have multiple injuries. This year, they don't have to worry about passing the ball too much because they can just give the ball to the giant in the backfield. And if you miss Derrick Henry on the sideline, that is your own problem, because there is no reason the Baltimore Ravens shouldn't look at Derrick Henry and say, let's just give the guy 25 carries each and every game. He is a monster human being. He is also coming off 3 consecutive 100-yard games, and he absolutely dominated the Browns in that second half. I think Pittsburgh will get tired in the first half, maybe even the third quarter. Then it's going to be Tractor Cedo season in the fourth quarter, trying to bleed out this game as the Ravens probably take a 1-possession win going up against Pittsburgh. But I like Derrick Henry to have a lot of touch in this game, and I think the Ravens will be leaning on him because, like I said in the breakdown of the game, Zay Flowers not playing in this game. Because Zay Flowers is not playing in this game, we are going to be taking Isaiah Likely over 27.5 receiving yards. This is not a shot in the dark. Isaiah Likely, whenever Zay Flowers is out of the game, does have a lot more targets, and he is a top-tier target for Lamar Jackson because with him out, it's Rashad Bateman and Mark Andrews. So really, Isaiah Likely is the only tight end on this field who can extend the field. Mark Andrews, more of a blocking tight end this season. He has been a lot better over the last several games, but Isaiah Likely can stretch the field. He's a great route runner. He's got good hands. So I like him in this game. Over 27.5 receiving yards. He can get that done in 1 catch. with Lamar Jackson. And like I said, Zay Flowers went out in that game against the Browns. He came in, had 5 targets, 3 catches, 38 yards going up against Cleveland, most of that being in the second half. He's also had over this total number in 3 of the last 5 games. So Lamar Jackson and him, they have good connection. I'm going to take him over 27.5 receiving yards as the final play of the day. Let's go to the NFL recap graphic. We're going to be taking Pitt plus 9.5. Just think it's way too many points, especially in a rivalry game. I don't care if it's playoffs. I don't care that the Ravens are much better than Pittsburgh. I'm taking the points. Derrick Henry over his total rushing yards going up against Pittsburgh, and then Isaiah Likely over his total receiving yards going up against Pittsburgh as well. Guys, it's going to do it. The NFL plays and props for Saturday, January 11th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.